Okay, that's great. So, Cristiano, before moving forward, would you mind if I record this session just for the better understanding?
No, no problem. You can record.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, here we go. So, first of all, thank you very much, Cristiano, for joining this call on a very short notice. I know you were busy today, and I believe you'll be busy tomorrow morning as well, right?
Oh, yes, tomorrow morning. I don't have that time. So it's good
Uh-huh,
that we can
agreed.
talk now.
Right. That's okay. That's great. Okay. So, I believe you have received the job description from my end, right?
Yes, you sent me on WhatsApp.
Perfect. Yeah. So, are you all comfortable with the job description? Did you get a chance to take a look at it?
Yes, I had the chance. I can review it again just to make sure. Let me get it
Mm-hmm.
here
Okay.
on WhatsApp.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, so you sent me experience 3 years with JavaScript, PHP, Apache, Drupal, and Ruby. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
PHP, Java, Scala. Okay, okay, good.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. So I would like to tell you more about this position first. Okay. We do have the position for senior full stack developer. Okay. And this role is with Norwegian Cruise Lines. Have you heard about Norwegian Cruise Lines before?
No.
No, right. Okay. So, Norwegian Cruise Lines, they are the cruise lines company. Okay. I believe they founded in 1966 and they are based in Miami, Florida now. Okay. So, they are the major player in the cruise industry. They are also known for, their innovative freestyle cruising concept, which emphasizes the flexibility, the casual dining, and the I would say the laid back atmosphere as well. Okay. So basically, they are looking for a senior full stack developer, someone who can work remotely from Brazil. Okay. So just give me a second. Okay. So basically, they want someone who will help them to code on their platform. Okay. Therefore, they are looking for someone who has the strong website experience, and someone who is focusing on the backend side. Yeah.
Okay, both the website and the backend. It's a full stack position.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Right. Right. Okay. So now coming on to your experience, Cristiano, can you walk me through your experience with backend web development? Like, how have you applied your skills in building the large scale, high performance system?
Okay. Well, I work as a developer since 2007. At the beginning, it was very common to have Java full stack systems built using JSF for the front ends. And some years later, on 2016, what I started to work was as a backend developer using Spring Boot and microservices, but in most of times doing a full stack job where I had to use both Angular, React, sometimes building native applications for both Android and iPhone users. So, the kind of work I used to do is like create some new functionality on existing systems, sometimes, adding something simple like a new field on the system. Other times I have to build something more complex, and it's very common to fix bugs too on those systems, sometimes improve the performance, doing SQL improvement for that. So it's a very, there are a lot of different tasks I did throughout those years,
Agreed.
but it's very common to have both changes on the front end and on the back end.
Okay, okay, that's great. That's perfect. Okay, so given that Scala is the preferred technology for this role, right? So, what's your experience with Scala, and how do you compare it with Java or any other backend technologies you have worked with?
Okay, for Scala, I worked little time because it was only half a year until now. More than half a year, in fact, it's 8 months. But compared
Right.
with Java that I worked for 17 years, it's a very little experience. But my knowledge in Java helped me a lot on becoming a Scala developer. The
Right.
tools I used on the Scala environment was IntelliJ and Visual Studio Code for the IDE, and we had Spinacle as the pipeline to publish, and it's published on a cloud system by Amazon. So that's the brief of what we have, and my role on this project was to make changes and create new microservices. So there are a lot of microservices there, and there is already a template, so I can start building a new microservice. I had to do that once, but
Mm-hmm.
most of the case I was making changes on existing microservice, both to add
Yeah.
new functionalities and fix some bugs.
Got it. Got it. Perfect. Okay, so we just spoke about your Scala experience. So I believe you're currently working as a Scala developer, right?
Yes,
So with Globant, correct?
yes. For
Okay,
Disney,
perfect.
the client.
Yeah, for Disney. Okay, okay, that's great. So, Cristiano, what is your approach to writing a scalable and the maintainable, the backend systems using Scala or Java?
Okay. Well, I always try to follow the same template that the client has because there are some guidelines regarding method names, class names, and the organization of the code in general. So once I had worked on many different companies, I always try to follow what the company already has, so my code can, integrate with the other code base without seem to be something weird on that context. So most of the time, the solid principles are good. They don't repeat yourself. The single responsibility and the other principles of having a clean code writing and following the architecture decisions too. Trying to put for instance, we have a DTO. I try to put that DTO on the same place that the system used, and to make the my code look like the other code on the system.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, that's great. So, do you have any coding experience or do you have any website experience where you are focused more on the backend side?
Yes, this one for Scala is backend, and I had a full stack experience using Angular and Java with Spring about 1 year
Great.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I did some
Okay.
personal projects too this period in order to not lose my knowledge on front end.
Right, right. Okay. So, I mean, why I'm asking this because they are looking for someone, who has the strong website experience, focusing more onto the backend side. So they want someone who can code on their, platform. So just wanted to make sure. Okay, okay, that's
Okay.
perfect. So have you done the similar kind of work before in the past?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, got it, got it. Okay, so can you describe, the process, you follow when developing API services? Like, how do you ensure the API are scalable, secure, and easy to maintain?
Okay. I can describe it like I get a new ticket or something like that, and then I follow the same code principles which you have. So I can tell you one example where I had, for instance, a Spring Boot microservice. Then I build it as I get the template from the company, and what I have there, I have the Spring Security in order to make sure only authorized requests can reach the endpoints. I try
Right.
to make code that avoids having high level of complexity, so try to keep it simple as possible in order to avoid like having some kind of uh, infinite loop or something like that, or even using recursion or other kind of code that tends to cause some problems in production.
Mm-hmm.
Having unit tests is a good approach too, to make sure that the code is working as it was designed to work. So because in fact when we do use Spring Boot and those tools, it's common to we it's like we are getting a lot of things from the as a default that guarantees the performance and scalability. So I have to worry more about the code in order to make it easy to maintain in the future.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, that's perfect. So, one last question, like, what's your experience with the overall functional programming with Scala? Can you give me any example of how have you applied the functional programming principles to a backend system? You can give me any example.
Okay. Well, in Scala we do have the either concept and the left and right concepts. So in this project I was working towards entirely using functional programming. So for everything we do have either, and we do have the right and left to control the flows instead of having ifs and things like that that we have on object oriented programming.
Right. Perfect, perfect. That's great. That's great. Okay. So I believe you're currently working as a Scala developer with Globant, right? So do you have any reason that you are looking for a change at this moment?
Okay, yeah, the project I'm working on is about to end, and then I don't know
Okay.
if I will be relocated on another project by Globant or if I
Right.
find something, outside Globant. So that's why I'm looking on the market, and I wish to
Okay.
keep
Okay.
working on international companies.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So you just mentioned that your project is coming to an end with Globant, right? And I just wanted to ask you that if they have any other project and if they want you to locate on that project, so would you like to go with Globant first, or you're still looking for something new? As you just mentioned that you're looking for international exposure as well, right?
Yes, so that's
Okay.
the reason I need to make sure that I can stay employed. So that's main reason
Right.
being on Globant or elsewhere.
Okay, okay. So, one tricky question, like if being offered from NCL, okay, and at the same time Global wants you to locate on the other project. So, what will be your decision? Like, how would you decide between, the NCL and the Global?
Okay. In fact, the most important things to me is the one that gives me something, some kind. Which one I can start first? That's the main, because I will not wait for another. That's not something. I forgot the word to say that in English, but it's like having
Yeah,
a
so it should be like
uncertainty.
whichever comes first, right?
Yes, because I need
Ah,
to make
okay.
sure that I have
Uh,
money coming in. So
right, right,
that's the
agree.
main reason. But if both were at the same time, I would take a look on technologies and opportunity
Perfect.
to grow and
Then you'll
things
do
like
your
that. But the
research
first
as well
thing
about
for
the
me
client.
is to make sure that I'm employed.
Agreed, agreed, agreed. Okay, that no. Okay, so do you have any other interviews in the pipeline?
Yes, I'm doing this one and another I did this morning for another process.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But both
And they
of
are in
them,
the initial discussion, right?
yes, the same step
Okay.
as we are having here.
Okay, okay. Got it, got it. And your project with Globant is ending by the end of this month or in the next month?
No, in this month, but we don't
Mm-hmm.
have. It's about. I guess it's not this Friday. It's next Friday. But I'm
Okay.
on that phase where I don't have any more tasks. I'm just that in
Got
case
it.
we find some bug or something like that,
Got it.
some
Got it.
bug.
Perfect. Okay. No problem. Okay. So now coming on to the main part, may I know what fees you are looking for in Brazilian reais on CLT?
Okay. Well, I think we talked about
Uh-huh.
13,000, right? That would
Right,
be good
right.
for me. Currently, I
Okay.
make
So
about
you're
12 and a half on CLT, so it would be
okay.
almost the
Should be
same.
fine. Should be fine. We can go with 13,000 Brazilian reais on CLT. So, is this something you are comfortable with? I mean, is this something more than what you are currently making? How things are at your end?
It's about a half. I make 12 and a half currently, so it's a
Okay,
small
okay.
difference, but it's good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. No problem. Okay, so Cristiano, the process is like once we submit your profile further, there will be one coding challenge from
Okay.
NCL as we discussed, right? So after that, there will be two rounds of interviews. You know, it totally depends. I mean, on the coding challenge, and then the offer. So this is how the process goes. So NCL is one of our very crucial client. Okay, so usually they are very really I mean they are really very quick with their feedbacks, so we can complete the overall process, let's say in 1.5 week. Okay,
Okay.
so the coders challenge, the 2 rounds of interviews, okay, and then the offer.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Uh-huh. And we have benefits as well. Just give me a second. So I'm just sending those benefits in this chat. And if you want, I can send it on the WhatsApp as well so that you can keep those for your
Okay.
reference.
If you can send me on WhatsApp, it's better, so I can
Okay,
keep the
sure.
history
I
there.
can do that as well. Okay, no problem. I just sent on your WhatsApp. Okay. And
Okay.
also, I'm going to share the website for NCL. Okay. So that you can do your own research as well. Yeah. So just give me a second. Yeah, I have just shared the website as well. Okay.
Okay, good.
So, Christiana, do you have any vacations planned for the next 6 months or so?
No, no vacations.
Nothing? You already had your vacation?
Yes, on the end of the year and the carnival,
Oh, yeah.
so I took my
Okay.
time.
Right. On the carnival time. Perfect. That's great. Okay. So I have shared the benefits. I have shared the website for NCL. Okay. So do you have any questions for me now?
No, no questions. We talked about the technology, the benefits, and you mentioned the duration of the process, so everything's clear from
Mm-hmm.
my side.
Perfect, perfect. That's great. So just give me a second. I believe your full legal name, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. And your current location is Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. That's great. Just give me a second. Okay. So, Cristiano, if being offered from NCL, how soon you would be able to join the project?
I can join as soon as you need. I'm available.
Okay, okay. So as your project is coming to an end by the end of this month, right? So you'll be
Yes, it's
immediately available.
next
Okay,
Monday.
perfect.
Let me just
Uh-huh,
ask one
yeah.
thing. It's a remote position, right? From Brazil.
Yes, it
Okay,
is
great, great.
100% remote. Right, yeah. So they are based in Florida, but they want someone who can work remotely from Brazil. Okay.
Okay, good. And
So
the
yeah.
time is the American time or is Brazilian time?
Yeah, right. It
Okay,
would
great, great.
be right,
That's good.
right. So you'll be comfortable with that, right?
For sure. I do prefer, in
Uh-huh.
fact.
Perfect, perfect. That's great. So it would be a 6 month plus project. Okay,
Great.
it can get extended as well, as it depends on the performance. Yeah.
Okay,
So
sounds good.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I'm all good with our discussion. What I'm gonna do here is I'll quickly go ahead and submit your profile further. Okay, you will receive the coders challenge from my end, and yep, let's stay in touch on WhatsApp. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, any doubt regarding the client, regarding the overall process, do let me know on WhatsApp. Yeah,
Okay, for sure.
yeah, sure. Okay, thank you very much, Cristiano. Thanks a lot for joining this call.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah, same here. Bye. Take care.